another episode of Business InspireGY. Today we are in Bartica and we're speaking with the lovely Miss Ava Abrams. Miss Abrams is the owner of Upper Level Restaurant and Bar. We will begin first by asking, who is Ava Abrams?
I'm a Bartician by birth. I have 3 children, and I am in the restaurant and mining business. I used to be in mining business. For the past 4 years, I'm out of mining business. So I had to choose between the restaurant and the mining business. And the mining business is not like years ago. It's very hard. And with children in school age and thing, you have to be out here most of the time to be with them. So I had to make that decision, is either to still be in mining or to be in the restaurant business. So I choose the restaurant because mining is very hard now. It's not like before.
How long have you been into business?
I've been into the restaurant business 21 years and 15 years into mining business. Yeah.
What it is that, I know that mining is one of the challenging industries in Ghana, but what got you into mining?
I just like the outdoor, I like the interior, and so I prefer to go into mining. But as it gets harder and difficult, I decide to just stick with the restaurant alone.
Now you said that it got hard. Could you mind explaining that for us?
Yes, because you're not getting the place to work. It's difficult that people to go on people land to work and everything. They're giving you a very hard time, and you're not getting the position. And the workers, you're getting a lot of hard time with the workers. So the goal is not there like before. You have to go more and more farther in the interior. And right now I'm a single parent, and it's very hard for me as a single parent to be in the interior by myself.
Now, Ms. Abrams, you would have told us earlier that you made a decision to move away from mining to the restaurant business, given that it allowed you more opportunity to spend time with your children and so on. You have been at this location at the boardwalk. How has business been like here?
For the past year, it is not so nice since the pandemic. But before then, it was kind of, reasonable. But for the past year, it's very difficult because I used to have 2 or 3 workers, and I had to lay off the workers because business is not like before. And I feel very hurt about doing that because it's women mostly work with me, and I feel good that, you have to, you're in a position that you could give somebody a job and help them out as a young women. Most of them is single parents just like me too. So it's very hard.
Life for you, Ms. Abrams, has not always been smooth. And last year it seemed to have hit the tipping point when you were shot at this very location. What was that like for you?
It is very hard because the 7th of April will make 2 years since it happened. And every day I have to face it because you have to go past the same spot. To and fro, you have to go past daytime, you have to pass nighttime. So you get a bit of reminder, you feel kind of jumpy and thing. It's very hard. And every time you look in the papers or in the news on Facebook, you're seeing these kind of domestic violence, that women getting abused and them kind of thing. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. And every time I pick up the papers or the Facebook and I see something like that, it brings me right back to what happened to me. And it could have been worse. I could have died and leave my children. All of that is just playback in my mind. And like sometimes, if sometimes my friends or could be one of my workers going through the same kind of abuse, domestic violence, and it's very hard because you have to live with it every day. You have to think about it. You have to give people advice. I try to advise young women, big women, what I went through, and I never thought that what that could have happened to me, and it happened. So I try to advise them that if something happened, please speak out, please go to the station, please do something about it. Don't sit and just accept it.
The person who shot you was your husband. How have you been coping with that?
It's my child father, and it's very hard to cope with because I have a child, 11-year-old daughter, and that alone just remind me that I have to face life and live with it and them kind of thing, because it's in the future. It happened, yes, in the past, but every day I have to face it because I got my children to think about and things to remind me about what happened to me. So it's very hard.
As a woman, I'm a woman in business, you would have contributed a lot to the development of Bartica. How do you feel about where Bartica is today and the contributions you would have made to its development?
I feel good about the contribution. It is a little bit, but it's yet is a lot, because sometimes you find somebody come and ask for work, and then you hear the story. You try to help them out because it's very difficult and it's very hard to know what women have to go through to bring up the children. Most of them is single parents. The father gone into the interior or something they get wrong, and it's very hard for the woman to bring up children or child. Some of them live with 3, 4, 5 children, and they have to struggle with that and send the children to school, work, and everything by themselves without no help from no one. I think they should have something in place that people will be able to help out single parents more. They're not getting enough help. They need a lot of help.
What advice would you give to a young woman looking to start her own business?
I would advise her it is not easy, but she just has to be strong and fight for it. Every day you have to wake up every morning, pray to God, and ask God to give you the strength and go forward, and don't let anyone else come in the way and stop you or try to tell you negativeness. Just think positive.